Hey guys, welcome back to another empowering technology tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to set up your Joomla website. I'm assuming that you've already paid for your hosting, you've downloaded the Joomla application either from the backend, your cPanel, or you've downloaded it off the internet. Somehow you have it already set up, and this is what you're looking at, what you see right here. And you're basically like, okay, I got my web hosting, I've got my domain, I got Joomla, but now what do I do? That's what this tutorial is for. I'm going to show you step by step how to set up your website very easily and very quickly. So let's just get started, and if you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me. You can contact me on my website at empowertechno.com. Just go to the contact page, fill out the appropriate information, send it to me, and I will get back to you very quickly. So before we start getting into, how to set this up, hopefully you've already got some idea of what you want your website to look like. That's the most important thing. You have to have a plan. If you have no idea what you want, then you're going to spend a lot of time playing around, moving stuff around, and it's really a good idea to already have a plan of what you're building. You don't go build a house without having blueprints, or at least some kind of plan of what kind of house you're going to build. You don't just go out there and just start nailing 2x4s together. This is the same thing, same concept with a website. You have to have a plan. The second most important thing is hopefully you already have some content, like pictures. When I plan a website, these are the steps that I follow. First of all, I sketch it out on a piece of paper what I want my website to look like. How many pages do I want? What extras do I want? And a good way for you to get a feel of what you want if you don't know is to search around. Look at other websites that are related to what your website is going to be about. See how they have their stuff laid out. Spend an hour or two just looking at websites and taking notes, writing down, okay, I like this one, I didn't like the way this one looked, and that will help you, trust me. So that's the first thing I do. And then the second thing I do is I make sure that I have all the pictures that I want already, whether I design them myself using Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator or an open source program like GIMP or Netscape. However you do it, is up to you, but you should have that stuff already saved somewhere on your computer. Now granted, you may run into a situation where you're like, man, I just don't like the way that picture looks, I need something else, and you might have to come up with something else, and that's fine. But for the most part, you should already have all that stuff saved somewhere. And as far as like your actual content goes, like what you're gonna write about, it's really a good idea to already have that stuff written and proofread. It's a good idea to have a really good plan. You want your website to look the best that it possibly can. I don't want to get into that too much. I feel like I already have. We got our Joomla application. We're ready. We have all of our stuff. Let's take a look at what our site looks like. If you see this right here, it says your Joomla site. If you click on that, this is what your site looks like right now. Okay, just basic. This is the Protostar template. It comes free with Joomla. This is the template that I'm going to be using for this demonstration. It's a good template, and it's a really good one to start off with. I really suggest that you practice with this one before you go buy a template. Spend, I don't know how much money they cost, anywhere from like $40 on up. Practice with this one. You can always switch templates later. You may have to make a few minor adjustments with your modules and stuff like that, but we'll get into that a little later on. Yeah, this is just, basic one-page site right now but we're going to make it into something a whole lot nicer than this. I like to leave this up so I can check my changes, and so if you want to, just leave this link or this tab open. Just go back to your Joomla site. We want to make some changes to our template. Come over here to where it says extensions and click on the template manager, and we're using Protostar, so we'll click on Protostar, click on the advanced. In here we can make some changes. If you want to upload a logo, this is where you would do it. I suggest you use Google Font for headings for right now, and I like to use the fluid layout myself. Static is this right here with this like border around it. If we change the background color to, let's say, black, you'll be able to see a little better what I'm talking about. Refresh. Anytime you make changes, you have to refresh your page, obviously. This is what the static layout looks like. If you like that, well, by all means, you can use that. Myself, I like the fluid layout, the full width of the browser. The template color you can change. I think I'm going to leave mine blue. I think that's fine for what I'm doing. I'm making a kids party site where we're gonna rent bounce houses for kids' birthday parties. If you change this color, the template color, what it does is it'll change like your buttons, your home button to whatever color, and the login and this stuff down here, and all your highlighted text and stuff will be whatever color you change it to. We're gonna save and close out of this. I'm not going to upload a logo right now, although if you wanted to, you just click on select, come down here because you haven't probably uploaded anything to Joomla yet, and just click on choose files and scroll through here, whatever you have, pick whatever you're using for your logo and upload it. You'll double click on it and then you'll hit start upload. It'll upload it into here, and then you'll have to come up here and click on it again, do the insert, and that will insert it into here, and then just save or save and close. With Joomla, if you want to make pages, like we want to have more than just a home page, right? Well, the way you do that in Joomla is with articles. You have to create articles. So let's go to the article manager and click add new. Okay, so I'm going to create a few pages real quick, and you can do the same thing, just follow along. So I want to have an about page, and don't worry about filling anything in right now. Hit save and new. We're going to set up all of our pages first. That's the first thing we're going to do. I want to have a services page. Of course I want to have a home page. Let's go ahead and create one too, because we'll be deleting the other one. And I want to have a contact us page. Okay, so my pages they're made, right? So, and this is the default page that came with it. We're going to delete that here in just a second. If we go to our website right now and we refresh, okay, nothing's changed. None of the pages are showing up. Why is that? We have to create menu items. In order for our pages to show up, we have to create a menu item to link to our pages. So what we want to do is we want to go to menus, and we want to go to the main menu, add new menu item. And I mean, depending on what you're doing, you may want to name your menu item something different than your page. I'm not going to. I'm going to have a about menu item. We are going to click on menu item type, excuse me, and you're going to go to articles, and you're going to come down to single article. So now we have that. Now we need to link it to our page, and we do that by this area right here, select article. Click on select and about. Now this stuff over here, if you're wondering, this is, and we may do this later on in this tutorial, I'm not really sure yet. You can have sub menu item, and that's what this is for. The parent item. Right now we're making basically root menu items, but let's say like in our services, let's say if I offered a few different services like bounce houses, rent tables, rent party supplies, whatever, then we could have a drop down menu coming off of services with those pages, and that's what this is for. So we have everything linked, so we're going to do save and new, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to create a services menu item type is going to be articles, single article, select the article, which is services, and save and new. And you're going to do this all the way through. The only one that you're not going to do is home, because it's already created for us, and I'm going to show you how we're going to link the menu item that was created by default to our actual home page here in just a second. Contact us. Menu item type. I know at first Joomla seems complicated, but once you start messing around and playing with it and you learn the basics, it's really a very nice content management system to use. It's really not that hard. So we've created all of ours except for the home. So let's go ahead and do save and close. And here's our home. So let's click on that, and instead of having it linked to our getting started page, we are going to pick a different page. We're going to pick our home page, and we're going to save and close. Now that menu item, that home menu button that you've seen in the beginning, will be linked to our home page. So if we go and look at our website now and we refresh, we'll see that we do have our menu items, right? Our home page is now just this basic home page without the content that was already on there. And this is our about page, which doesn't really have anything, our services, and our contact us. So we've created our menu items. Now what I want to show you is I want to change this right here, this your Joomla site hosted with cloud access, to name of my website. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to go back to our template manager, which I should have done this to begin with. I apologize. And go back to your template, Protostar, go to advanced, and here in the title you're going to put whatever the name of your website is. Mine is going to be Bounce Houses R Us. Now, if in your logo, if you upload a logo that has your business name on it, let's say, because you can upload a banner that says whatever your business name is or whatnot, like you see on my Empower Techno website, the banner that is at the very top of the page and on every page is really my logo. I uploaded that through this section. So if you have something like that, then you may not want to, title your website. So it might look kind of silly with a big logo with your name on it and then right underneath of it the same thing. So anyways, for this website, I'm not using a logo, at least not right yet, so I'm going to put the name of my website there. And if we come back here and refresh, you'll see that it changes to Bounce Houses R Us. That's what's up. Okay, so now we need to add some content, right? This is pretty boring, we have some pages, but that's about it. The thing about Joomla is we create articles for our content. That is going to be for our main content, right in the middle of your page. But all of these little things off to the side, these are all called modules. And you can use modules for all kinds of stuff. If you scroll through my website, my Empower Techno website, and you see anything that's off to the side, that was done with a module. We use articles and we use modules to design our websites using Joomla. Let's go to our module manager. First thing I want you to do is I want you to check off all of these except for the main menu, and we're gonna delete them. Okay, don't delete the main menu, but everything else we're gonna delete. And don't worry, don't freak out oh god, we're gonna recreate our own modules. That's why we're deleting these. This is core Joomla, and we're not deleting anything that we can't recreate. So Just check them all off except for your main menu and hit trash. Bam. So now if we go to our site and we refresh, we don't have anything. And that's okay, because we're gonna start adding some stuff to it right now. The first thing that I want to add is I want to add a banner on my home page. Go right over here to where it says new and click on new. Now these are all the different kind of modules that we can use. When I said earlier that we use articles and we use modules, we do, and we can also use third-party extensions to further our website, to take it beyond the limits of Joomla. And we would use that for stuff like if you wanted to add Facebook. There's all different reasons to do it. We will go through some of those in this tutorial. Right now we're going to use a custom HTML module. Actually, we're going to do it right now, because you see this editor, this is boring. You can't really do much with this editor. So right now we're going to change this. We're going to get us a different editor. Go ahead, and it's a good idea to name your modules, because as you create more modules and you get further along in developing your website, you're going to have maybe 2 or 3 pages of modules. And if you don't name them accurately and you want to go back and make some changes, it's going to make it really hard to figure out what's what. You're going to have to open up each and every one of them and look at them. So I like to name my modules what they are, and then over here to the right where it says show title, we'll hide the title so nobody else will see it. It's just for us, so we can keep track of our stuff. So let's name this one home banner. Okay, and don't worry about adding anything to it right away. Just hit save and close for right now. Go back to your extension manager and click on extension manager. I spoke a little too soon about the learning the third-party extensions later. We're going to learn it right now. So what we want to do is we want to add install from web tab. So just click on that. This is going to bring up a nice list of third-party extensions that have been developed by other people. Some cost money, some are free. We're only going to work with the free ones in this tutorial, and I happen to know a really good editor that it's right here in front of us. Actually, it's the JCE editor. It has really good reviews, and it allows us to do more with that custom HTML module. So go ahead and click on the JCE and click on install, and then it's just going to ask you to confirm it. Yes, we want to install it. Okay, so now it's installed. Now we have to set our Joomla system to use this editor. Because if we just went back and tried to create that module, it would still be the old editor. So we're going to go to system, and we're going to go to global configuration. In here you can do you can make some changes also. Let's say if you didn't want your site to be online while you're developing it, you can switch it offline, and you could upload an image like the site is temporarily under construction or whatever. You could be whatever you want, just to let your visitors know, hey, this is coming, but it's not here yet. I don't really use it because honestly, unless you tell somebody about your website in the very beginning, not a whole lot of people are going to really know about it, and it's not going to be popping up on the Google search. So all that takes a little bit of time to do that. But we're going to go to default editor, and we're going to click on the JCE editor. Now let's go ahead and hit save and close. Now our JCE editor will be there when we want to use it. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go back to our module manager, and let's go into our home banner. Now you see the difference? There's a lot more you can do with this. You can add H1 tags, you can add article tags, section tags, aside tags, this editor is a lot nicer. It will help you explain your content to a web browser, or like a Google web crawler that's crawling your site to see what it's about. So this will help you explain your content to them, which in turn will help you get your site ranked a little easier. Not saying that you're going to get ranked overnight, because I really don't think that that happens for anybody unless you're some huge corporation and you have a whole lot of money to throw into advertising and stuff like that. So now what we need to do is we need to upload an image, and the way we do that is you come down here to the bottom and you click on this image. Now we'll scroll down to the bottom of this page and click choose files, and I already have some files uploaded that I want to use, so let me find the one that I want to use. Alright, so we've clicked on it. Now we need to insert it. Didn't upload it. I'm sorry. Go back, whatever you're going to use, click on start upload. Let's skip that. And then now you're going to click on the picture that you want to use, which mine is this balloons, and click insert. Now we have it in there. Have our nice little balloon image for our banner. First of all, we want to hide our title. We don't want that showing up. We have to select a position that we want our banner to show up in on our page, and we are going to scroll down, make sure you're using the protostar template, click on the banner position, and come over here to menu assignment. By default, it's set to show up on every page. I want this to only show up on the home page. So what I like to do is click none. That clears them all out, and then just click on the one that you want. For us, for now, it's home. Go back to the module position just to double check, make sure we got everything the way we want it. Access is set to public. That's good. That's what we want. Okay, save and close. Now it's published. It's in a position, so we can go to our website, click refresh, and we have our party balloon banner. It's kind of starting to look like a website a little bit. Let's go back. Let's add some more content. Now, what I like to do is work on one page at a time. So let's go to our content and our article manager, and let's click on the home page, and I'm gonna add a background image, and this is where you do it. Click on images and links, full article image, select. We don't have one in here already, so we need to upload one. Choose files, and I am going to hit start upload, insert. If we hit save right now, okay, and we go to our site and we hit refresh, you see that we have this background image. Looks like a party going on up in her. Let's add some content. So I want to add a nice big welcome to my website header. First, you want to figure out what font you want to use, and you can choose through all these different fonts. And I think for this, I'm going to use this Comic Sans actually. And I want my font size to be pretty big, so let's use 36 points, and let's center it. Do that by clicking on this little button right here. This will center it. This is full page, this is to the left, and this is to the right. And now we want to make this a H1. And if you don't know about H1 and H2 and H3, H4, H5, if you don't know about the heading tags, Google looks for H1 and H2 tags, and they generally will look at that. So you want to use your heading tags, especially if it's something that it's important, like you want people to know about it. Well, you want to include an H1 tag in the beginning, like I'm doing right now. Welcome. For this website, it's not going to matter so much if I use h1 tags, because this is a mock website, it's a demo website, and I really don't, I'm not trying to get Google to rank me. So, but I want to show you the right way to do it, and you want to use h1 tags. And now I'm going to use just some lorem ipsum dummy text to fill in. So I got a site that I use for that, and it's lipsum.com. I can put it in the link if anybody's interested in using this. This site will generate, full pages of text. It'll generate just words, headings, whatever you need. And then we come back to our Joomla site, and anytime that you paste text into your site, you want to use your keyboard to do it. You can actually break your site by pasting formatted text into your editor, and a lot of times it won't even let you. So you use Control V, and that'll paste the text in. That's for Windows. I would assume it's probably Command V on a Mac. Save and close this. Go to our website. I don't really like the way that that's looking, so I think I'm going to delete that background image. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's add some modules to this page. Let's go to our extensions, go to Module Manager. Let's create a new one. Custom HTML, another custom HTML. And I'm going to title this what it is. It is going to be my left home module. And we're going to hide the title. We don't want that showing up. And this is, like I said, just for us. So if we ever want to make changes and we got 3 pages of modules, we can look through there and be like, okay, this is the left home module, and we can go in here and edit it and do what we want. Go back, make sure you got to always make sure you go to a menu assignment. I like to do this first, that way I don't forget, because sometimes I do forget. Clear it out, none. Click on home, because we only want this to show up on our home page, and go back to our module. Come down here, let's go ahead and give it a position, and make sure you scroll down to Protostar. We're going to use the left position, number 8. Also, when you're using whatever template you're using in Joomla, you always want to look for the module map, I guess you would say. I have a module map for this site. Excuse me. And I went on Google and just clicked or searched for Protostar module map. I'm going to pull it up real quick and just give you a quick look at it so you know what I'm talking about. This is the Protostar module map, and you need to get one. Just like I said, go on Google, search for it, find it. For whatever template you're using, you want to have this. This is very valuable. It shows you what all the positions are, and that way you know like where you're putting stuff on your website. So on this we have our navigation position, which is where our home, about, all that stuff lives. And then we have our logo position, which is right here, and this position 0, and it just shows you where everything goes. And this content spot right here, this is where all of the, like, if you go to your article, like our home article, and we put that lorem ipsum text in there, that's where this lives. Okay, and then we have this position down here and a footer. And So yeah, this is very handy to have, and if you don't have one for your template that you're working with, you really should. And I would just, always go back to it and reference. I've worked with Protostar enough now that I know all the positions, so I don't really need to reference this anymore, but it is handy to have in the beginning. So let's go back to our website. We are going to add a picture in here. I'm going to put one of my bounce houses in here, I do believe. Upload that, insert. Actually, I want to add something. I want to add some text in there first. Let's do another H1. So I'm not going to make this as big as I did our first. Let's do 24 point, and let's center it, and let's give it another H1 tag. Go down a couple spaces and put it in the center again. That way it'll center our image. Now let's upload our image. We already have it in here, so just click on it and hit insert and save and close. Now let's go to our website, see what it looks like. See? There it is. Okay, now I want to add another module. So let's go back and let's click on new. And we're going to use the same thing, this custom HTML. And this time we're going to put this one on the right side. So let's name it right side home module. And hide the title, assign it to the home page. Only on the pages selected, none. Click home, go back to our module. Let's select our position. Scrolling down and making sure we're on the Protostar template, we will click the right position, which is position number 7. And I think on this module, I just want to add a picture that I don't already have uploaded to Joomla. So we'll click on the bottom image tab, choose files, and I want to use this one. Let's upload it, click on it, and click insert. And that's not really where I wanted it to go, but I can fix that. So let's say you upload your image and it's really not where you want it. Well, if you come over here and you click on your image, now you can move it. Like, now you can center it if you need to. Just click on the center, it'll center it for you. And that's all I want to add to this. So let's save and close. Let's go back to our website and check it out. Looking cool. Alrighty. Let's add a new module and let's add a latest news module. This will show all of the latest published articles in whatever category you choose. We're going to use all categories. So let's title this latest news. That way we know what it is. And let's go ahead and give it a menu assignment to just the home page. Let's go back and let's another thing that we can do also with our modules is you can have more than one module in the same position. So we're going to put this on the left position, position number 8, and that's fine. Right there is fine. Recently added first, that's what we want. And as we add stuff to the website, this module will get a little bit bigger. It'll have our latest news right on the front page. So that's cool to have. So far for us, that's all we have is pages that we've made, but now we have that module. Let's go ahead and let's move on to the About page. We'll come back to that home page in a little bit and add some more details to it. For right now, let's move on to this page and let's start adding some content to this page. So depending on what you're doing, I want to portray this website as a small business, a family-owned business. So let's head back to our back end of our website and let's create a banner for our about page. And we're going to use the custom HTML, and let's name this what it is, about banner. And let's go ahead and give it a menu assignment. Clear them all off. Click only the about page. And let's go back to our main area, hide the title, and let's scroll down to Protostar and click the banner. And let's see here, what do we want to add to this? I'm going to upload a picture of a family, not my family, and of course I'm not going to use anybody's picture that like shows their face. I hope it works out pretty good. I might have to play around with this a little bit as this may be too big, but we'll find out in just a second. And let's click on that and hit insert. No, it's not too big at all. It's small. We can resize it a little bit. Alright, let's see what this looks like. I'm not going to hit save and close. I'm just going to hit save because I may have to make some adjustments. So let's go back here, refresh. Doesn't really take up the full width of the page, but it's alright. We're going to add some more stuff to it anyways. And this is basically just, you know, for you to get a feel of how to use Joomla. Let's do save and new. We're going to create a couple more modules for this page. And let's title this, give it a menu assignment for just the about page again. And let's go back, let's hit hide the title and scroll down and make sure we are using the Protostar template. Position 8, left. And I'm gonna upload another picture for this. Let's hit save, just save. I don't want to close it off yet. I want to see how big it actually is. And that's fine. Okay, so there's that. Let's go back to our Joomla site. Let's hit save and close. And let's go to, our article manager and go to our about page. This is going to be our big heading title. We're going to give it the H1 tag. And let's center this. And let's say you have, we have this H1 title, but let's say we want to, maybe put something underneath of it in quotations. Well, we can make it a little smaller, and we want to center it, and let's give it the H2 tag. Alright, and we'll go down a few, and I'm gonna add some more lorem ipsum, and there's our content for this page. So let's save and close out of this. Let's go to our about page and refresh, and now you'll see that we have some content in here, but I don't like this right here. I don't like this stuff right here. So we want to get rid of that, right? I'm sure you don't want that in all over your website. So in order to get rid of this, we need to go back to our back end of our site, and we need to go to our global configurations. And once you're here at your global configurations, you need to come over here to where it says articles off to the left hand side. Click on that and scroll down to show category. No, we don't want that. We want to hide show author. We want to hide the publish date. Let's hide the navigation. We want to leave the read more, show titles with read more, hide show tag. We don't want those tag or these icons showing up. You can leave them if you want. This just shows the print and the email icon on your screen. It gives people options, I guess, to print off your page or email it to somebody else. I don't want to display it, and I don't want the number of hits to be displayed. I think that's it. Let's save this and let's go back and just check it out real quick. We got rid of that, and it should have gotten rid of it on all pages. Okie dokie. So let's go ahead, let's go back to our back end of our site, and let's get out of here, and let's add another module to our about page. And let's do another custom HTML. We're going to title this about right module. Let's go ahead and give it a menu assignment. About. Let's go back, hide the title, and let's scroll down, making sure that we are on the protostar template. Click position 7, which is the right position, and let's find something to put in here. Let's center this up, go down here, pick an image, let's choose a file, let's put this in. Let's do save and close. Let's go back to our site, let's refresh it, check it out. Okie dokie. So that's really about it for the about page for now. Let's go ahead and go to services. Let's work on this page for a few. Go to our back end. I want to show you a pretty cool extension. Let's say you wanted to, display some pictures, like have a image slider or something of that sorts. I know a pretty good one, and it's free. CK Slideshow, and it's actually a module, but it's a really good slideshow, and you can even put videos into it if you wanted to display videos instead of pictures. So let's download this. Okay, now this is good that it's making us do this. This way it'll give you guys a little bit of, teach you how to do this. Sometimes you can't just install it from the back end of your Joomla site. Sometimes it makes you go to the person who developed the plugin's website, and you have to download it from there. So in that case, we want to scroll down and find what for our version. I'm using 3.3, so you would want to use the 3x. Click on download. Well, you can close this page out now. We're going to go up here to the top, and we're going to click on upload package file and choose file, and it should be in my downloads, mod slideshow, and upload and install. Okay, so that is all done. And so that's a module. So now we're going to go back to our module manager, and right here it is. It's CK slideshow. It's not in any position and it's not on any pages because we haven't assigned it to be. So let's go ahead and click on it, and you'll see you have all these options. First thing I want to do is hide the title. The second thing I want to do is give it a position, and I'm going to put this in the banner position. And you can use this for wherever on your site that you would like to use it. You can put it on your front page. I'm just using it on my services page because I want a slideshow of different bounce houses, stuff like that. So now you'll go to Slide Manager, and this is where we'll change the images that are already on here. Let's see here. I'll show you real quick what it looks like. Actually, go back here real quick and give it a menu assignment. Only on the pages selected, none, services. Okay, save and close. So we have this on our services page in our banner position. Let's refresh. Oh, we gotta publish it. Click on that red X to publish it. Okay, now it's published. Let's refresh. And you have a nice slideshow widget for your website, and it's free. So it'll display quite a few images. I'm not exactly sure on how many it will display. So let's go and let's make this ours and not somebody else's stuff. So we'll go back to slideshow CK, and let's upload some pictures. Just a good rule of thumb for this particular slideshow, if you want your pictures to look good, you need to upload fairly big pictures. If you upload an image that's 300 by 300 pixels, it's not going to look good because it's going to stretch it the full width of your web page. Another good thing I wanted to show, I forgot to show you actually, is this is responsive. This whole template is responsive. And if you don't know what that means, it means that it will shrink to look good on, let's say if you're strolling through the web, on your cellular phone or whatever device you may be using, your website's going to shrink. Back in the day, you had to design a whole another site for mobile use. Now pretty much all of Joomla's 3X series templates are responsive. That makes it nice. One and done. So let's go to our slide manager and let's get rid of this image. Okie doke. Let's find some nice pictures to put on there for this slide. Let's try this one. Alright. And you can add a title and a description that will also show up on there. I'm going to erase this so it doesn't show up. And you have, like I said, you have options for video. You can link your picture to something else, another page on your website, whatever you like. I'm just leaving all that stuff blank, but it's certainly an option. make sure that you get all this information deleted out, as you don't want that stuff showing up on your website. And let's go ahead and pick another image. And let's see here. I think I want to use that one. Sure. And on this one, this default, the CK slideshow, it actually came with a video already loaded on it. So just make sure you delete this out right here. Click on the video options and delete the video URL. Otherwise, if you don't, it will still be on there. I had that problem before, and I put all my pictures in and saved and closed, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not my video. So if you wanted to add a video, like if you have a video on YouTube or whatever, you certainly can do that right here. You just click on video options and paste your embedded code in here, and it will be on there. So let's put another image on there right quick, and let's save for now. I'm not going to close out yet because I may want to add more to it. And let's go back to our site and refresh. And yeah, that picture is entirely too big. And you know, sometimes you have to play around with this stuff a little bit. You know, you don't really know exactly how it's going to look until you put it on there. This one's fine. Okay, so let's go back. Let's make a few changes. Let's go back to our slide manager. And this picture is not going to work, so let's take it off. Let's add something different. Try the smaller bounce house picture. See how that works. Hopefully it'll be okay. Hopefully it doesn't stretch it too bad. Let's add a title to it, just to give you guys an idea. Let's change this image. Let's put something else in there. I wanted to actually show this. I'm going to pause this and just kind of move through this a little quicker, save time. Okay, so here it is. I went ahead and added some images to the slider, and I actually made it a little bit wider, or the height, I should say, a little bit larger than what it is by default. And you can do that by going into the style options in the CK slider and scroll down to where it says height, and it was at 400. I changed it to 500. So you can change that. You can change, you know, some other options if you want. I recommend that you leave it at auto though. That way, you know, it's responsive. If somebody's on you know, on their cell phone or on a tablet or whatnot, you know, you can they can still look at it and it'll look okay. I think if you change that from auto to something else, it may not be responsive. Don't quote me on that, but I just leave it at auto. That way it, you know, fills up the whole width of the top of the page there. So that's pretty much it for that. It's you know, you can play around with some of the settings and stuff and check it out, see what works for you, what you like. But at least you'll have a nice slideshow widget or module for your website, and it was free. So you can't really beat that. So let's go ahead and close out of here. Hopefully you guys you have a pretty good idea of how to, you know, set up your pages, link your menu items, upload pictures, download a third-party extension to where now you can kind of, go out on your own and start developing your website. And in my next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to take your website a step further. I hope to see you in the next tutorial. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.